All right, so welcome to the Greedos Bounty Podcast. I'm Kyle, and I'm going to be kind of like I'm going to be the point person here, and my page is Every Star Wars Death Ever. If you want to follow me, go for it. It's on Instagram, but now to you, Wyatt.
Hi, my name is Wyatt. I run Captain Rex Daily on Instagram, and I'm also working on my own other account, Star Wars Navigator, where I'm going to upload my separate podcast. I don't know if I'm allowed to shout that out, but yeah, I just basically post memes and information, try to make some people's days. Cody?
All right, my name's Cody, and I run the Instagram Cody Fett. You can check me out on TikTok and Instagram, and that's about it.
I'm Admirer. I run Star Wars Admirer, and I post Star Wars memes every day. Go follow if you want.
All right, so also make sure to check out Greedos Bounty on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Spotify, and YouTube for more content like this in the future. All of the ads should be the same thing. If you search Greedos Bounty, you should be able to find it pretty easily. So that's how you guys are ready to get started.
Alrighty.
All right, so let's start with the first topic. We got on the list here, we've got Durge's return to Canon. He's going to be returning in the the Dr. Aphra comic, right?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
Dr. Aphra.
Yeah, I don't really know too much about Dr. Aphra, but I feel like Durge's return is kind of a big thing because I know in 2003 Clone Wars, Durge is kind of really overpowered, and I think if people think that Rey is overpowered, they're going to have a field day with Durge. So I'm curious.
I don't think it's going to be as big as a problem with Durge because with the Rey, it's more controversial because of the sequels, but with Durge, it's going to be done in a comic, so it's going to be overlooked more by like casual fans. So
that's very fair, actually.
There's a good chance he gets debuffed though, just because he's so OP in Legends.
Yeah, does he even die in the 2003 Clone Wars? No, he doesn't.
He doesn't die in the Clone Wars. He dies in the comics, I believe. There's a comic where Anakin like puts him in a what do you call it? A pod.
An escape pod.
Thank you. He puts him in an escape pod and shoots him into a star because that's literally the only way to kill him, because all of his cells would, burn up in the star. He would have nothing to regen. He's kind of like, basically his healing factor is kind of like Deadpool and Wolverine. Like he can literally come back from a drop of his blood or whatever.
That's insane.
It's like Venom in Deadpool.
Yeah,
because he can like do all that weird like shape shifting.
I don't think it's as much. I don't think Wolverine's really the same, because I don't think, at least to my knowledge, I don't think Wolverine can get his arm cut off and grow it back, right?
No, Wolverine can. It's just like if he gets impaled, like to a certain point, he can die. His healing factor isn't super strong, while Deadpool's is super strong. So like Deadpool can get his head ripped off, and then he can still regrow his whole body.
Yikes!
So
Yeah.
As long as
I'm
I
curious
know a little bit, it should be good. It's like
And I think the main problem with Durge, or not the main problem, but I think the main thing that's going to come up with Durge is he's going to probably have to die in that comic, because he can't last
100%.
past episode 6. Because if you keep track of who the bounty hunters are alive that are hanging around Jabba's palace, it's Dengar and Bosk, and that's about it. Because I don't really think there's any other bounty hunters that are big at the time around there. So Boba probably is going to kill him.
Yeah, that would be my guess too.
I can see the other thing where there's all the big bounty hunters though, but think of like what other bounty hunters were not around. Like for instance, at the end of episode 6, we don't see Fennec, and yet she's got a very prominent role in the Bad Batch coming up here pretty soon. So who knows? Durge could be off on his own mission, and they'll probably kill him off in the comics because he's that kind of character. But like, imagine if he just shows up in the Book of Boba Fett, like he was just doing all these different side missions, and then next thing you know, he's like an antagonist to Boba Fett or whatever.
If he's in the show, that would be actually insane. I don't think he'll be in the show, but
live action Durge would be like crazy. I feel like that
would be really. I feel like that could be really difficult to pull off though, because he's so big.
Yeah, they had to animate him. There'd be no way to like.
Had to do at least
he's too big, or they'd have to get somebody like, I don't know. Do you guys watch WWE? Any of you or know any?
I think it's possible though, because if you
they could get somebody like Braun Strowman, if you know who that is. He's fucking huge. he's massive. He's like 6 foot something, and he's like 280 pounds or whatever, and he's just built huge. So they could get somebody like that to maybe play him, but I don't know, man.
I think it's possible though, because if you look at like Venom in the Venom movie, Venom's pretty much all CGI. They could probably do that with him.
Yeah,
Disney
that's
has the
true.
money.
And then,
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Disney does have the money.
I was gonna say the other thing too that I just thought of is like they could use motion capture on an actor. So like that's what they do with
Sean
K2SO.
Oh yeah, Alan Tudyk.
Yeah. So I mean, you just got then it really comes down to like if it's gonna be motion capture and then like you put the actor as stilts or whatever, it just really comes down like to the voice and like what kind of voice Durge. And I don't know if he ever really spoke in
He did.
He
I
has
watched
like a
it the other
gravelly
night.
voice. Like
He had a
muffled
couple. There
gravelly
wasn't much dialogue in the show, I noticed, and I really hated Grievous's voice.
Yeah, it's still crazy to think that Grievous in 2003 is still voiced by the same person in every other like instance.
Really?
Grievous is voiced by the same person that plays him in Episode 3 and in the 2008 Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Wow, that's actually
Jeez.
nuts.
That's pretty
It
cool,
sounds
though.
so different. Like 2003 Grievous sounded. I didn't really like it that much, but yeah.
Also, Grievous actor plays all the droids too in every Star Wars. But that's enough of the random facts from me.
If they have to cast Durge though, I say if they have to cast Durge, they should do Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis can do the
Oh
voices.
yeah.
Ooh,
Andy
that's
Serkis
a
is
good one.
I know Snoke wasn't like that good of a character, but Andy Serkis did such a good job with Snoke. Like it's Snoke being kind of a waste was not on Andy Serkis.
Well, that's
No.
all Ryan Johnson's fault.
Every time Snoke spoke, I was like captivated. Like it was
He's
like,
like such an
holy
interesting
shit.
character. But like after Force Awakens, like everyone was just like trying to guess his backstory,
Yeah, and then
and nothing happened.
And then he just dies.
yeah, that was probably my biggest issue with that. But that's kind of way off topic. So we move. Anyways, we move. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Topic 2. We've got that Bad Batch trailer.
Ooh, baby.
Sexy. Oh my god, that trailer was so good. What
just
are
wanna say,
you guys'
Rex,
initial thoughts?
Bro, when Rex showed up, I was actually surprised. I was not assuming that.
Dude, I was too. I was like, I thought we were gonna see maybe.
I wasn't thinking that any other like bigger characters from the clones would be in it. I was like just them, but like I'm excited now.
I think
Dude,
with
everyone's
Sorry,
everyone's
you can go
sleeping on
away.
Thyre. Everyone's sleeping on
dude,
Thyre.
Oh, yeah,
No one-
I know. I love Thyre.
Is that confirmed to be a Thyre? I haven't seen anything that
It
said that.
looks like Thyre.
It looks like
I know
It's-
it looks
it
like
better
it.
be
like
Thyre. It better be Thyre, or I'm
But-
rioting.
I mean,
And
I
I'll explain-
honestly. Oh, sorry. You go first.
I'll
Cody.
explain why it's Thyre. All right, Thyre has the pauldron like he does in Legends, right? In the Legend comics, Thyre has a pauldron, and not to mention, the lines on his Coruscant helmet are different than the normal Coruscant troopers, and that trooper walking by Tarkin had different lines. So it's
Ooh.
probably Thyre.
I didn't notice that. I didn't know there's
I
different
didn't
lines.
notice it either. I didn't notice
There
it
was
either, but
different lines. It's
I
little
was-
details, but it's
I
there.
saw it and I was like, I hope that's Thyre. I honestly didn't think we were gonna see Rex. I thought we were gonna see maybe Cody but I'm really glad we saw Echo because he was very absent in the other one. But in this one,
that
Crosshair
new
was
armor?
super absent. That new armor was sexy, but Crosshair was super absent. So that brings up the question: what happens with Crosshair? I saw somebody on Twitter that like got a still and they saw somebody holding Crosshair's gun behind Hunter in one of the shots. So I don't know, man.
I honestly think Crosshair is going to betray them. Or at the very there's two theories that I have going on right now. One is he's obviously going to betray them. I could see him like he was always like the rebel within that group. So when they all defect, I can see him sticking with it with the Empire. And if you look at that one Shadow Trooper in the first trailer, his
Mhm.
armor looks very similar to Crosshair's, let alone the gun on his back is the exact
Mhm.
same gun as Crosshair's. So,
Ooh.
Yeah,
and
I
then
remember originally people thought that was Cody, but
yeah, I saw
Oh,
that.
yeah.
A lot of people thought he was Cody, but there's no way that's Cody because Cody wouldn't choose that kind of armor, and that's an ARC Trooper armor too.
yeah,
So-
I don't think Cody's cool, but I don't think he's ARC Trooper cool.
the other theory that I saw for Crosshair was that he deliberately stays behind and works within the Empire to kind of like feed them information, and that he will be like any chance that the Empire gets to try to kill the Bad Batch, he'll like somehow thwart it but make it look like an accident. But I don't really
I don't
go
think
with
so.
that line. I go with he actually will betray them and like Imagine just like using one of their members to hunt them down. Like, that'd be like their greatest threat.
Yeah,
That would be way more interesting because I'm so sick of seeing like every Imperial defect. There's never been a single Imperial that's a main character that stayed bad. If you look back, like all the major ones in canon so far,
yeah,
he'd be the first major one.
yeah. I think so. So seeing Rex really opens up. Like maybe we could see Cody and Wolf and Gregor, and maybe see what happens to Boyle, because Boyle just kind of falls off the face of the earth. And like some of those other named clones that we don't see into their story, that people are like, all right, where are they? So like, what happens to Gregor after whatever planet he was on? And what about Wolf and Cody? You know what I mean? So I really do not expect to see Rex. I thought we were going to see Cody before Rex.
Yeah,
But
Rex was like used too much at one point, but like
I don't really think
Cody
so.
was barely used like in Clone Wars.
Yeah. So I feel like the Clone Wars. I've always wanted to see like the Clone Wars, but literally only focused on the clone troopers.
Yeah, because that's kind of the point of the show.
Not really.
I mean,
that's
like,
not the point of the show.
No,
but
like the
you
show,
know what I mean.
like they're more focused on it.
The two things I want to see with this show is how, I mean, it's not going to be a main thing though, but I want to see how Rex does convince Wolfe and how they find Gregor, because literally, if you really think about it, the last time we see Gregor at that point, a whole freaking shipyard was blown up.
Yeah, I was like, when he was in Rebels, I was like, how is he alive? Like that makes
I think I know where Gregor might be, by the way. So
Where?
you know the Saw Gerrera bit in the trailer?
Yeah. Oh, I
Right?
forgot about that. Maybe he's with
I
Saw.
think I told someone that, but I think I told you that, Kyle. But Saw Gerrera is wearing a clone like chest plate armor, and it's like a blue armor, so it's probably
Ooh.
501st. But the person next to him looks like a clone trooper that has like the towel wrapped up, and they're definitely bald because there's no hair poking out of it.
I do
So I
remember you
think-
saying this now.
I think that could be Gregor, and I think maybe Saw Gerrera might have rescued Gregor off of that wherever that place was in that droid arc.
I don't know. I didn't
And-
finish the arc. It was horrible.
Well, Basically, in that arc, Gregor stays behind. And
Yeah, I know
gets
that. I
blown
watched
away.
that part. I didn't watch the last episode of the arc because I actually wanted to jump out of my window watching it.
George Lucas' favorite episode.
I don't give a shit if it's George Lucas' favorite episode. It's by far the worst episode of anything Star Wars I've ever watched. It was so bad.
The droids were so cool.
No, they were so annoying. Like I genuinely hated every single part of that arc.
But like I was saying, I believe Boyle, or not Boyle, but the clones that like defected and stuff go with Saw Gerrera because that's like the rebellion.
Yeah, maybe. I really am curious about Wolf.
Also, the other thing I want to point out too is that in Rebels, Saw Gerrera and Rex have a history together, so there's a chance that gets explored more in that too.
I'm also curious for how Fennec Shand comes into things, because I saw things like, we know she's a sharpshooter, so maybe the Bad Batch hires her to replace Crosshair.
No, I think she's hired to hunt them down.
That's what I
She's
was
a
gonna
bounty
think
hunter.
too.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's one
hunter.
theory I saw.
There's a good chance we'll probably see Boba Fett in this show too, because they have the model, they just never rendered it for like the Clone Wars animation. So imagine like if Crosshair isn't working out for the Empire, they still keep him around or whatever. But if he's not like doing the job, think about them hiring like another clone who can think like they do, and it's Boba Fett. And this is kind of
Boba
like
doesn't
one of
like
his
clones,
ways. What?
He doesn't like clones. He's
Yeah,
very
Boba hates them. Boba hates them. He sees them as like lesser to him.
But he would still understand like how they think.
Yeah.
Though, I feel like
sympathizes with them, but he still doesn't like them.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'd work with them. I think he'd be like, if he got hired to hunt them down, he wouldn't.
that's what I was trying to say. He'd be hired by the Empire to hunt them down.
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't do that, but he definitely wouldn't work with them either. He's his own thing in some ways.
Yeah, maybe we see what's it called? Whatever the crew is that Boba Fett had in
Oh, Boss, Dengar, and that
the
Horizon.
Crate's Claw. That's what it is.
Yeah, those people.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It's a possibility. I'm really glad that Echo's in this trailer, because Echo's been my favorite clone for like ever. Because literally, when I saw the episode Rookies, bro, and when Rex put his hand on Echo's armor, I was like, yo, Echo must be like the chosen clone, because Rex is like obviously like the clone pretty much, right? And so like if a clone like that is marking Echo, to me that was like, holy shit, he is the next Rex kind of thing. That was just my thought process as a kid. Obviously it didn't work out like that.
I I wonder if they're gonna explore like Echo's mental state because I feel like
I
he's like
hope so.
very screwed up right now after that.
I
whole
saw a
thing.
lot of people that were really upset. Or not a lot of people, but I saw a couple people that were like really upset with like how pale he was.
Well, he's been
Well,
like.
that's what they
I
did.
know. I think there's a lot of people. Some people are saying there's whitewashing, which I can kind of see to a degree, but at the same time,
Samir
like
is kind of white though.
yeah, I don't know. I think he should be a little bit more dark than he is, but I think it does make sense that he is paler than the average clone.
Well,
Yeah, if you got shoved away for that long, you're gonna.
Yeah,
be-
no. Obviously, like that
but he
makes
should
sense.
have healed by now.
Yeah,
I
it
think
shouldn't just be
is-
permanent.
So
Yeah.
here's a question for you guys. What do you guys think of Omega?
Oh, Omega, bro. I really think Omega is a Jango Fett clone.
I did too.
I have no doubt. Is Omega a girl? Confirmed?
I think
yes,
it
it's
is.
confirmed a girl.
Okay, so I think because I didn't know if it was a girl or not. I think Omega is like the last line of Jango Fett clone.
Same.
They were
She's
trying to figure it out, like trying to maybe see if they could. I don't know like to what end they were trying to make a girl Jango Fett clone, but I don't know, man. Maybe like and I was gonna say try and seduce the other clones, but that's kind of weird. But I really liked. I saw somebody make a parallel of Ezra when he first went into hyperspace and Omega when she went into hyperspace. I thought, I'm a Rebels guy. That I thought was super dope.
No, but
Yeah.
I saw a thing where like Omega, I think supposedly stands for like the final thing.
Yeah.
So, like she's the final one, and that's why she's female to mark the difference between a male clone and a female clone, so they know which one's the very last one.
Maybe yeah.
Yeah, the word Omega means last. So the thing is, she's potentially the last clone in the Jingo series, and for whatever reason, they like maybe they just wanted to see if they could do it or not, like Kyle was saying. But like she's a girl, which I have no problem with that. That's I think
feel
it's
like this
interesting to
is,
see.
people are gonna be so mad. They're like, oh, that's
People already are upset about it.
It's so I hate people, bro. Like,
It's obnoxious.
Like-
but yeah, I don't know. What'd you guys
Just-
think about Saw Gerrera though? Like how we're probably gonna see more like Rogue One tie-ins and that.
I really hope we see Saw Gerrera's de-evolution of his mental state. Like,
Well,
because
he's
like he
definitely-
goes like completely to shit between the Clone Wars and Rebels, and then the Rogue One, bro. Like he just,
Stella.
yeah, I know. After Steela dies, bro, he just goes way downhill, and because I know like I think it's like Clone Wars we see him, and then I don't think we see him until Rebels, and then Fallen Order, and then Rogue One is when he dies. But like I'm curious to see like how he devolves between Clone Wars and Rebels. I really
Well,
hope that we see that.
Because we see him, the Rogue One character, I think there's a chance we see Krennic. Because we haven't seen Krennic in Rebels, and Krennic
We
is
could see
obviously
Krennic.
Krennic is doing way more than they have shown him. Like we only see like one little portion, but he's a director, so he's doing like a
Yeah,
lot.
he's been doing
compared
stuff for
to
a
Tarkin.
while, and then it kind of just. shows
Also,
the end
I'm
of it.
really sorry. I
Yeah, you
didn't
did.
realize you were talking.
You
You're
did.
quiet as hell. But I'm really. It's looking like Tarkin's gonna be a main factor in this, which is cool.
Tarkin's always a cool addition. I really loved him in Rebels.
I
but
always thought he
hate
looked
him.
like the flat side of a mushroom, bro. I'm not gonna
Yeah, he
lie.
has a very weird look, but it comes
Really-
off like a. It reminds me of like a Nazi Germany like officer in some ways.
That's
that's
exactly what he
That's
is.
kind of what they're going for, though.
Huh.
Exactly.
Another parallel between the Empire and Nazis. Remember that live? Oh boy.
Oh yeah, that was crazy live.
We're like,
That was
one
very
thing-
much fun.
One thing I'm kind of excited to see with Saw Gerrera is the fact that they always say that his we're in Rebels. They always say that his tactics are very extreme, and so one thing that got me thinking about is when I was watching the Bad Batch arc and the final season of Clone Wars. They're very like extreme group, and they like know all these different things. So one of my things I was thinking about is what if Saw Gerrera recruits them, and then they kind of teach him how to become more, more aggressive with his fighting style, and so that's why Saw Gerrera becomes the terrorist that he's claimed to be by both the rebellion and the Empire, is because
Saw Gerrera is an actual terrorist, like a legitimate,
That's
full-blown
fair.
fucking terrorist.
Well, he's like, what he thinks he's doing is good, obviously, and what he is kind of doing is more like justifiable. But yeah, he's
Doing good things, but the wrong way.
exactly.
Like he's got good intentions, but he's doing it the very poor way. Whereas, like,
Mhm.
what was I gonna say? I just had something I was gonna say. Oh yeah. One thing that I don't think anybody's considered is we might see them all die.
I hope
Yeah.
in Kenobi we get to see like Luke growing up more, because the only time that we see him younger than he actually is, besides Revenge of the Sith, is like that one scene in the Rebels.
Well,
That's true.
Have you guys ever seen that Kenobi comic, like the Prelude comic, where he's
No.
Nah.
well, there's
Yeah.
a Prelude comic like during like Order 6 or after Order 66, and like he can't see Luke at all until A New Hope because Owen Lars pretty much forbids him because he's afraid he's gonna kill him like he did Anakin.
I
He probably
think
like checks
I
on
think
him like somehow, just like from a
Yeah.
distance.
Well,
that's
he
what I
sits
think,
above,
too.
like in Rebels, where he was just watching
Yeah.
Luke run,
Yeah.
but he never gets like close enough to him. Luke knows about him, but Luke never really talks to him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because I was
He's just
watching
an
New
old
Hope.
hermit.
Yeah, he just thinks he's like some creepy old guy. But
Mhm.
I don't know, man. Like I don't know. I'm not a big Kenobi fan, partially because of the fan base and the way that people like him for the wrong fucking reasons, bro. Like people are like, oh, he make funny one-liners, and that's why they like him. But like, that's not why he's a good character.
Eric
bro.
Howell, we're gonna get a ton of one-liners in that show. I know they're gonna do it.
If they keep doing that, bro, I'm not gonna watch the show. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, they're gonna
Kyle's
be
gonna
like, hello
cancel
there.
his Disney Plus just subscription if he
I'll
says
cancel
hello
my
there.
Disney Plus subscription if they put fucking hello there line in there. I swear to God, I'll
There's
actually lose my
gonna be a
shit.
hello there. I guarantee.
Dude,
you.
it's so obnoxious. Oh
There
my
was a
God.
hello there in Clone Wars. Don't tell me there's gonna be a hello there in his own solo show. It's too
Dude,
iconic
it's
not to
so,
use.
yeah, it's iconic, but it's annoying as hell. People
Yeah,
think
I
they're
don't-
so quirky and funny. Like, oh, you didn't say General Kenobi, you're not a real fan. Like, suck my dick, bro.
But it's kind of funny if they're not toxic about it, in my opinion.
Hello
It's-
there.
Hello, he said
Kenobi.
hello there. Oh, like, why is that funny? Like, how?
I don't think it's like actually funny. I
Humor is
think it's just like
subjective.
ironically funny. Like I don't think people like go, haha, that's so funny. He said
No,
that
I know
funny."
people that unironically find it funny.
Mm,
Like,
Well,
there's
you
a good group of people that unironically find that line funny.
Yeah, there's always gonna be that good group of people that find things funny, but at the end of the day, humor is subjective, so we can't like.
Yeah, but it just doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense to me, man. I'm
just
really
like
excited
a
for the
staple.
Acolyte.
That sounds like a you thing, Kyle. That's
Yeah, it
you
is a me
problem.
thing. 'Cause partly, yeah. People are gonna be like, "Oh, you
Alright.
hate the prequels,
Onto
you
the
toxic."
Acolyte, though.
Onto the Acolyte, yeah. Anyway, I'm so excited for that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really loving the High Republic era so far, and the fact that it's gonna be centered around a dark side user is just something that I have been wanting to see for so long. Is like a main character be a
We've
quote unquote
never
bad
had
guy.
that before
Not
never.
yeah, never had that, and I feel
in a
like
show at least. Like
it's
TV.
gonna be so good. I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, they're pushing a female agenda because it's female centric." I can already tell that there's gonna be those people, bro, because
Wait.
it's a female
Well,
centric.
you're always gonna have those
I did not
people,
know
but
that.
I think it's best you just ignore those people because it's just gonna take away from your enjoyment.
No, it doesn't take away from mine. I just find it really obnoxious when they like send me hate because I like it.
I
I
heard
mean,
that
I just ignore that kind of stuff when I get it.
Yeah, but
But-
yeah, I don't know. I probably
the
get it more
Acolyte-
than you because I'm more vocal about my views
With
on
the
that stuff.
Acolyte, I think what's
I'm so
so
excited.
interesting about it is the fact that it's going to connect Phantom Menace to High Republic. So we're going to see, like, I guarantee you, Yarrow Proof will be one of the more like prominent characters along with Yoda. We're probably going to get in there. Like,
He might be. Yeah, he might be.
my only problem
'cause
with Yoda
then-
is that we're probably not going to have Tom Kane as Yoda, so it's going to be a whole new voice.
Yeah, unless they like change the. I don't know, man. I'm my favorite part. I'm really glad that in the High Republic books, bro, they have not just milked the fuck out of Yoda because they really easily could have done that to be lazy, but
Just
instead,
wait, they're saving Yoda. I know
I
they're
swear to
saving
God,
Yoda.
if they do that in a future book, I'm gonna cry
Because they have
because
Phantom Menace characters in there, and
I know,
Yarrow-
but Yoda's like barely mentioned. Like Yoda's not even like relevant. Like
He's
they
a
actually
Grand
mentioned the absence of Yoda in both books. They mention the fact that he's not present.
yeah, because they're probably setting up like a whole spin-off story just dedicated.
If they
to
set
him.
up a spin-off story, that's fine, but I don't want him in like a book that's not focused about
Like the
him. Like,
main
I don't want him
book.
to be the main fucking character.
Yeah.
I heard the Acolyte show was going to basically be like a somewhat of a detective series because it was going to be like these two Jedi who were like discovering like the Sith and like traces of the Sith. Eventually, it was going to lead up to like whoever the main character is going to be. And I know like they say it takes place in a time zone that what's his name, Plagueis. Yeah, that Plagueis is going to be alive in because technically, well, Plagueis is alive during that time. That
That'll be our
timeline.
first canon Plagueis material if he shows up in that.
But basically, like, I don't know if it's gonna be like I don't know if they said if it's gonna be like a multiple season thing or just like a one-time series thing. But basically, the main characters will like the idea is that the main characters will find out about the Sith, but then they get trapped before they can like send that information to them. Then they get like killed off by the Sith, which I think would be really cool. Like you get like you're rooting for obviously like the Sith, but then like they should make it convincing to like the Jedi who are like investigating this, and then just to watch like these characters you get like well invested in like get chopped up, and then like because that was one of my favorite things about the Clone Wars is like how close Fives came to like changing the timeline, and then everything just falls apart. Like I like it when like there's stories that just like it's so close to like how the future will play out, but we obviously know it doesn't happen. So then like all this time that you spend investing into these characters is just literally like thrown out the door. Not that it's a bad thing.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting in my opinion, because it'd be a very dark take on Star Wars as well, because we're very used to like light side things only. Like there hasn't been too much dark side in like media and like shows and movies, at least. In the comics there's a lot of it, but this we haven't seen it as much.
I think the closest we came to like a really dark Star Wars thing would maybe be like Rogue One, because every character dies. Every main character dies.
Yeah, like, that's the first time that's happened.
That's probably the darkest anything Star Wars that we've had, in my opinion.
You can argue Revenge of the Sith. Because Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, but that was like
you end with
I feel like yes before I got onto social media.
Yeah,
I would have said yes before I got onto social media.
You despise Revenge
just
of the Sith.
Ignore all social media and just go.
I can't even watch Revenge of the Sith anymore. Like I can't, because
I have that
all of the emotion that the movie is supposed to have is just gone because of how much people meme the fuck out of scenes that are supposed to break your heart. Like, I can't even sit there and watch the film without being like, oh, I saw this meme about it today. Oh, I saw this meme about this scene. Like, I can't.
I'm pretty sure every line has been turned to a meme in that film. I'm not even kidding about that. I think
that's pathetic. That's actually pathetic that people did that.
I think there's some guy right now on Instagram that's working on making every single prequel line a meme officially, because I don't know if every line has been memed yet.
I have the issue so much with Revenge of the Sith, and that's why it keeps just like when I started this account, Revenge of the Sith was my favorite movie. It wasn't close, and it has literally slid out of my top 5 since then. I know, because
that's a prequel meme for you.
And that's what happens.
I know a couple of buddies and I were planning on making a drinking game revolved around watching that movie, and every time it pops up, you got to take a shot. And I am happy we've not played the game yet, because I think
you'd be hammered in the first act, bro.
Dude, you wouldn't even like someone. We did the math. There's 20 memes within the first 3 minutes or 5 minutes of the movie, so we would be
ridiculous.
20 within the first 5.
Yeah,
that's my issue, man. Is like you're ruining the movie for people because you make such a joke out of it that it has no effect on people. That it's supposed to break your heart. It's not supposed to be funny.
I'm taking like now. I'm gonna do that to Last Jedi just to make everyone angry that likes Last Jedi. Just meme it to like beyond like crap. Like
yeah, but that's the thing with that movie. You're not gonna be able to make that happen to me because everybody else just shits on it. One person, it'd be different if it was like one account posting a lot of Revenge of the Sith memes, but it's everything. Like that's all I see on my feed.
Dude, the prequel meme subreddit?
I've never been on there, nor do I want to be.
It's this. I think I might be getting this mixed up, but I'm pretty sure it's the 66th top subreddit in Reddit.
No, it is. It definitely is. It's so popular, dude. I've had so many stuff blow up on there too, but it's very popular, and the people on there take it very seriously. So if you say anything remotely negative about anything prequels, they lose it. Like the subreddit had
that happens on Instagram too. Though,
but
like
I said, it's 10 times worse.
Is it worse on Reddit? Yeah, Reddit's a
cesspool.
Yeah, Reddit's a cesspool, bro.
Dude, I think one of my favorite like knockoff like subreddits of the prequel memes is they made a account where it made a subreddit literally called F Ponkrell, and literally
Oh,
That's funny.
Someone posted, "I love Ponkrell." They were like booted out of the system before. Like they got a lot of hate messages, and then they were just gone. And like
That's so funny.
the Outer Rim
Reddit's
Club,
a weird
he's
place.
in that subreddit, and he's like, "I love it. I love every second of it because everyone just hates Ponkrell, and if you say one nice thing, you're gone."
I posted a anti-Ponkrell meme on r/prequel memes, and then a bunch of people start commenting on it, telling me to join that subreddit because of that.
bro. Like, Ponkrell's a well-written character because everybody hates him. Like, they very much accomplished their goal with that one. You're not supposed to like Ponkrell.
The like idea for his character is so good though.
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
know.
there's
Like,
nothing like him ever. Like, just like
he's so strong.
Kyle, you should make a subreddit for hating Grogu.
Oh my god, dude. No, so oh my god, I'm gonna get tilted again, bro. I'm gonna.
Sorry. Let's not go down
No, we need a podcast where I literally just go on a rant about everything, bro. Because I get so passionate about shit sometimes, bro. Oh my god.
You need a commentary channel. You could definitely do a commentary channel.
I could so 100% do a commentary channel if I had the right.
Podcast number 3 should be like the top 3 things that tell Kyle about Star Wars, and we just sit back and relax.
It's not even just Star Wars, bro. Honestly, the fan base tilts me more than anything. Like, it's the community that has like. Part of me not posting has been because I'm just so fucking sick and tired of everybody in the community, bro.
I'm not posting, but it's for different reasons. It's because there's a giant content drought, and you can only make the exact same memes. I don't even like remaking memes. Like, I actually don't like doing it, but I have nothing to literally nothing I can think of.
Let me explain something why I think this is a very interesting thing about the content drought between Mandalorian and Bad Batch. Theory kind of said it best on his stream when I was watching it. He basically talked about like right now is when you're going to see all the real Star Wars content creators because they're the ones coming out with content while there is no content. Because with like when there was Mandalorian, you had a ton of people just hopping into it, just getting easy followers, all that stuff. Right now, you're going to see all the real content creators doing stuff. So
which that in mind. So, I'm not even like I don't have a lack. I don't have a lack of content because I always have content. It's just I don't want to. My mental health has been in the shitter for the last like month and a half or so.
Reason's different than like
my reason is different. It's just I'm just so sick and tired of the community because I comment something on a Myers post that's a joke because I do it on literally every post. I tell him his post sucks, and every time I get people insulting me.
So many engagement points.
Like I'm like, dude, why would I like? If you look at, I'm following him. Like, why am I going to follow him and then tell him his shit sucks? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Because people are too lazy to figure that out.
And, like, I do it on every post. I say on every post, this post sucks.
You guys ready to move on to the next topic?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, are we talking movies?
All right. Favorite movies. Wyatt, go. What's your favorite movie, Wyatt?
So...
Objectively wrong. All right, next. Anyways, just kidding.
Whoa. Let Wyatt speak.
Wyatt's opinion doesn't matter.
A single tear goes down my face.
Wyatt's opinion doesn't matter.
I have two favorite movies, and they go back and forth, and it's Revenge of the Sith, because not for the memes, because I actually can still watch that movie for the story, and that's kind of also been enhanced with the Siege of Mandalore, so that's why I really like Revenge of the Sith now more than I used to. And then I'm a huge fan of The Phantom Menace because that was my first movie. And I don't know why, but I just love that movie. And it's like, it's the one movie I can sit down and actually be like excited to watch from beginning to end. And then I'd say my runner up would be The Last Jedi, which is like, whoa, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like, okay. If you took out Canto Bight and Holdo, that would be such a good movie. One of my favorite things in that movie, believe it or not, is when Kylo does kill Snoke, because I like how
I love the throne room scene, bro.
And every other movie, like the whole big thing is like what turns you to the Sith, where the bad guy is if you strike down the master. And Darth Vader can never do that to Sidious, but the fact that Kylo Ren could take that further step and actually kill his master, like I was okay with that. I wasn't okay with Snoke being like some puppet for Palpatine. I didn't like that, what happened with Episode 9. Episode 9 is actually my least favorite movie. But just the fact that like Kylo Ren was able to succeed past his grandfather where his grandfather couldn't. But the Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith are my two favorite movies. Whoever wants to go next, that's next.
All right, Cody, you can go next, bro.
All right. Well, I think it's pretty obvious what my favorite film's gonna be, but my favorite film's Empire Strikes
Objectively
Back.
wrong.
Whoa. Okay, you like The Last Jedi. Chill out there, bro.
Hey, shut up, bro.
Dang it.
But what I was saying was, my favorite film is The Empire Strikes Back, and I think one of the main reasons why I love it so much is like when you look at
Boba Fett.
Well, no, not because of Boba Fett. It's because when they go to Cloud City and you look at like the visualization of it, like how all the backgrounds are like hand drawn by Ralph McQuarrie, opposed like to it being CGI. I thought that was always so cool. It's just how it's like, you know what I mean? It's like it's art like in the back.
Yeah.
And then like the cinematography. I can't even say the word, but the
cinematography.
However you say that it's like really cool during those scenes because you get the Vader like the silhouette shot with Vader and Luke, and then you have all the shots with Boba on the platform with Cloud City. I don't know. I love that film because of just how it looks visually.
That's very valid. That film gave me nightmares as a child. So,
especially how Hoth looks like Minnesota.
The first time I watched it, after seeing the Wampa get his arm cut off, I literally had nightmares for like 2 weeks straight about that scene. I'm not even joking. Like that actually shook me to my core. Like that terrified me.
I got nightmares from just the Wampa popping out of the snow.
Bro, I literally would wake up in a cold sweat after having a dream of Luke Skywalker cutting off my arm. Like, I'm not even joking.
You dreamt that you were the Wampa?
No. No, I didn't dream that I was the Wampa.
The Wampa gets his arm cut off, so maybe you were.
I think you were the Wampa.
Bro, I don't know, bro. All right, Admire, you go next, bro.
All right, I got two. So
if you say Revenge of the Sith, I'm banning you from the server.
All right, so Revenge of the Sith, but only because of the action, because like the writing is awful, but there's like just constant action, so it's just like so valid. It's enjoyable to like rewatch because of the action, because they're like 6 fights, but like Empire Strikes Back is like the best movie in my opinion. Just like. As Cody said, like the cinematography, the writing.
I feel like there's a difference between favorite and best.
Yeah.
Because, so for me, my favorites right now is The Last Jedi. I really just enjoyed that movie.
Disgusting. Opinion not valid.
Yeah, people are gonna like.
Jedi.
We're gonna get hate comments on the podcast for this one, bro. They're gonna get to this part, be like, sequel to Shields, or some shit. But nah, bro, I really love Luke in that movie. I know that Cody hates it, but for me as a kid, I never really liked Luke that much. That's just me as a kid. I didn't like Luke that much. I never found Luke that great until after watching The Last Jedi. I was like, oh, this like for me, I feel like it speaks a lot. Like even the best of us, we fall. Like we don't always succeed. Even the best of us fall. Like Anakin and Luke, and seeing him come through that, work through that, and end up helping and saving the day, like that really, like it genuinely helped me when I was in a dark place. Like I'm not even joking. Like genuinely helped me when I was in a dark place. Cool. So that's part of why I really like Luke in that movie. And it's just a beautiful movie, personally. Like the cinematography in that movie is great. Like at first I wasn't happy with Luke's death, and then I watched it I went home and I watched that scene like 5 more times. I was like, you know what? Like it's so fitting. I feel like it's really fitting in the way like he's just silhouetted on the double sunset on that planet too. Like I just perfect. He went out the way he came in.
I cried when he died. I cried.
I cried too.
It parallels Ben Kenobi.
It does, and I feel like so that's my favorite. But I feel like the best, most complete movies, either Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back. I feel like one of those two. I can't really pick between the two, but
Empire Supremacy.
I have always liked Return of the Jedi more because
Cody
good guys win, and I really liked the second battle between Luke and Vader more. So
I like Return of the Jedi, but the what's it called? The new version of it, like where they have the extended
the special editions.
Yeah, the special edition. Okay, the special edition, but not the one where they added that like cringy no when like he's getting shocked. You know what Vader says, but
I've never seen that. I've never seen the no one.
They added that recently.
I have the original VHS.
It's on the 2005 DVDs.
And
they did it for Revenge of the Sith.
Ew, that's gross.
And then they also put it on Disney Plus. If you watch, he says
Vader says
no. But it's the song. It's the celebration song at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
like, I don't know why.
It's so upbeat and happy, bro. That shit slaps, bro.
I remember being a kid and like literally dancing to that song. Like after
I
the
did
movie,
too.
like it was like that song gets me pumped. It's one of my favorite songs in all of Star Wars.
That scene will forever be the best scene in Star Wars, even if it's not in the best film. You got the Force Ghost,
I
have all the characters together. It's just so cool.
I feel like one of the biggest missed opportunities with the sequels was not having the original trio get back together. One of the scenes I wish that they left in The Last Jedi was Luke mourning Han. I feel like that really needed to be in there.
I think another problem with the sequels is T-Roz, how they never had like that. Well, a lot of people really want the Force Ghost scene, right? And they never really included that, like how Return of the Jedi had all the Force Ghosts together. They only had Luke and Leia, which isn't the same because it's not other Jedi.
I feel like they had the two that meant the most.
Anakin.
The two that meant the most.
They could have had Anakin, Obi-Wan, Yoda, Qui-Gon probably, and maybe even Mace Windu. They had all the voices, I'm saying. Like, they could have used all the voices, and during that Exegol scene, they could have flashed them all for a second. They could have done something.
So, thank you guys for listening in. Eventful first episode. Really, really edgy.
Kyle got heated, as always.
As always, yeah, I get really heated. I get so heated sometimes, bro. But you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, at Greedos Bounty. And I think we said our ats in the beginning, right? Yeah, we did.
Yep.
Should definitely, I don't know why you wouldn't follow us on Instagram if you're listening to this, but definitely do that because that is where the main part of it. We're on the road to 5K, so probably by the time this comes out, we will already be there. Actually, now I think about it.
Give us the push.
We will definitely be there by the time this comes out. So never mind, ignore that. We're on the road to 6K by the time this comes out. All right, but until next time, may the Force be with you all.